Alright, we're ready to do mission 6 of 10 for the military career agent. We managed to track down Tahamar to a small pirate outpost in this system. It's time to finish this. Destroy the outpost, and hopefully Tahamar will perish along with it. So we need to go to our location in the system, same system we're in. The site contains ship restrictions, but our ship is going to be well within the restrictions. Now, the following rewards will be yours if you complete the mission. 1 limited ocular filter. If we right click and show info, this is an implant that goes into your player's clone. And this one here will give you 1 bonus to perception. And basically, there are... should I start explaining this? You do need a couple skills like cybernetics and Science 3, which you should have already. And then you can plug the implants into your body. So if you go up here to your character and you click on your character sheet, or Alt-A, and then you go to your character tab, and then augmentations, where you manage your implants and boosters. I don't have any right now, but you can plug in implants that'll give you certain bonuses. So in this case, you have 5 implant slots, 1 for each of the different modifiers. Perception is one of the modifiers that will affect how fast you learn certain skills. And once we get it, we can plug it in, and then our clone will have a bonus. You can have multiple jump clones, which basically allows you to jump out of your body into another body at a different station. So for example, I could have a clone that I'm in a clone. You're always in a clone at any given moment. So I'm in my only clone that I have at the moment. If I started plugging in implants into this clone, they'd be tied to that clone's body. Now, I could go to this station, has a clone bay. So in the clone bay, I could change where my home station is. So if my ship gets destroyed, I'll be left in my pod. If I leave my ship here, I'll be left in my pod or my capsule. And this is where your clone is. It's in there. Now, if your pod gets destroyed, you're going to wake up wherever your medical clone is. And this should be near your starter station. You can change it if you want. Your active clone, which is the one that I'm in now, is the one that I'm there. Now, if I wanted, I could self-destruct. Now, if I self-destruct, it's going to destroy my pod, and I'll wake up in my medical clone station, my home station. Any implants that I had in this clone would get destroyed when I self-destruct. If I had the proper standings and skills, you need a skill called Infomorph Psychology. And once you have that skill trained, and you can install a jump clone. So I could, at this station, because it has a clone bay, if I had the skill, I could install a clone and then leave it there. So then let's say I jumped 20 systems away and I was way on the other side of the system, on the constellation. Then I could go to another station with a jump clone, a clone bay, and I could jump out of that body. I could leave that body there and send my consciousness into the clone bay here. Essentially, leaving that body in that station and instantly becoming the body in this station here where I have a clone. You're only allowed to do the clone jumps and switch your clone once a day. So you can't just jump back and forth between systems. You can only do it once a day. And so you'll have to kind of plan that ahead of time. It's not something you can just do whenever you want. But you can self-destruct and go back to your home station whenever you want. So anyway, let's go back into my ship. So I'm going to go to my inventory, go to my ship hangar, and I'm going to activate my combat ship. Now, let's talk to our military career agent. We need to make sure we accept our mission. Okay, let's accept and undock. And let's warp to this location.
Warp drive active.
Now, when it comes to player versus player combat, people can destroy your pod, your capsule. If you're fighting the computer, like I'm fighting these pirates, if they blew up my ship, they would not harm my pod. I could still warp around and get back home and go pick up another ship if I was in my pod. But if a player destroys your ship, you want to warp away and get away as soon as possible with your pod, because they can lock your pod and shoot it and destroy it. And they'll destroy your clone, and you'll wake up in your medical bay. And that's no good, because you might have really expensive implants in your clone. So losing your clone is a pretty big deal. And it shouldn't happen because your pod can warp away real quick. But that's a topic for another video. Looks like the next acceleration gate is guarded. You'll have to take care of the guards before you can get through. Okay, this overview is way too cluttered. These boxes here, these are all large collidable structures, and that's just all of this stuff. So let's right click on one and say remove large collidable structure from overview. And that'll get rid of all of those type of objects. Now we're just left with the bad guys mostly. So let's lock a couple of them. Click orbit, turn on our afterburner, turn on our shield hardener, and as soon as we get close enough, which we are now, we can turn on our guns. Well, that guy died in one volley. Alright, there's another one. Let's approach him to try and get as close as possible. We're a bit far away. As we get a little closer, we'll start doing more damage. There we go. Got it. Now the next one, let's lock that one. We can lock both of them. They're in range. Orbit this one and unleash our guns. Okay, another one down. Oh, a whole bunch more just popped into the fight. But they're pretty far away. They're 30 kilometers away. Let's finish off this guy here first. Let's approach. We're getting a little too far away. Now let's hit orbit and turn on our guns. They should go down soon. These other ones are approaching us. We can see they're heading 200, 300, 400 meters a second, and it looks like they're approaching us. You can turn on more columns in your overview by clicking this column here and saying open overview settings, and then you can add more columns. So why don't we add radial velocity and close. We're going to have to shrink it down a little bit to see both of the values. But the radial velocity is actually going to tell us whether they're moving away from us or towards us and how fast that is. So when we see this positive value here, that means we're actually gaining distance. So let's approach one, and they're going 200 meters a second. We're going to be going 800, and now as we start approaching each other, our radial is going to be the combination of those. So it's negative 1200. That means we're closing a gap of 1200 meters every second. We're going towards each other at my rate plus their rate. And all these values are negative, means all of them are moving towards me right now. They're all getting closer. So now we're there. We're pretty much in combat range of all of them now, up close and personal. Let's start locking the closest ones and firing on them and making sure we orbit. Let's lock the next one. Lock another one too, get it going. Click our guns. Click on orbit, make sure we stay within range of the target that we're looking at. Alright, the next one, 5,000 meters away. Let's approach. We're a little far. Turn on our guns. And you can tell which one you're approaching with this blue line here. And that blue line coming out of your ship is your current trajectory. So let's lock a couple more guys. Let's pick this one. Turn on our guns. And you can use the shortcut. So this one is going to be F2. This one will be F1. And you can use those shortcuts to launch it. Now, there's a lot of bad guys circling right around us right now. If I turn off my overlay, you can see it's a little cleaner. But I like to use the overlay in combat. I do find it helpful. And so we still have a few bad guys swarming around us, but they're not doing too much damage, which is good. So let's pick the closest one, click on orbit, and then turn on our guns. Let's pick the next one, orbit, activate guns. Next one, orbit, activate guns. Last one, let's orbit, activate guns. Alright, there's one more pocket of space. So let's click this acceleration gate, which is up here, but we can just click it right on over. You can click activate gate. Looks like you found the pirate outpost. Your instructions were to destroy it. I would recommend leaving the loot in the wreck after you obliterate the structure. You would not want to be caught trying to jump between systems with contraband in your cargo hold, things like boosters. Local security forces do not look kindly on such activity. Okay, so here we've got Tahamar's outpost. Let's lock it, orbit, and shoot our guns on it. Uh-oh, several pirates just popped out. Oh, but we blew up their ship, or we blew up their station. While we're here, this guy has a 20,000 ISK bounty. This guy's got 3,000. This one has another 20,000. Might as well blast these things while we're here. And there was just a massive explosion from that station. That explosion shouldn't have hurt us, though. Okay, we're going to kill this defense sentry and get 20,000 ISK just from destroying it. We could dock. It looks like we're done with our mission. But I'm going to stay and see how long we can survive and if we can take out some of these guys while we're here before they burn through our shield. Shield is holding pretty strong right now, though. Oh, I'm not moving at all, though. I should orbit as opposed to just standing still. If you stand still, you're going to take a lot of damage. You need to keep moving. Okay. Now let's orbit this one and start shooting our guns on this one here. This one's going down pretty quick. Ooh, that was another big explosion. Okay, this one is getting low. Our ammo's doing okay. We shouldn't have to reload just yet. We might be able to finish this fight without having to reload. And so with the bounty, you won't get it immediately. The bounties get paid out like every 10 or 15 minutes, and it collects all your bounties in the last 15 minutes and gives it all to you at once. While we're here, let's click on this cargo container and see what's in it. Oh, not much. Just a little water and dirt and rose. So we can just leave that. Like they said, let's not grab anything because we don't want to grab pirate contraband, though water's not any pirate contraband. Okay, there's one last little drone. Let's destroy that drone and then let's get out of here. Alright, now let's click dock. Go finish our mission.
Warp drive active.
Maybe we can... No, too late. Okay, so we should get a bunch of extra ISK from all those bounties, in addition to the mission reward that we're about to go claim. I can turn off my shield hardener now because we're done fighting.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Now we just need to start our conversation. And we're going to get our limited ocular filter. So let's complete the mission. And then let's pull open our inventory, our item hanger, and then this is our ocular filter. So if we were to right click, we would hit plug in, but I don't, it's going to tell me I don't have the right skill. Oh, I guess I do. The skill I didn't have was for the clone bay a minute ago. That's what I was thinking about. So now if I click on my character sheet and I go to character augmentations, now we can see that we have one implant that gives us one perception modifier. Now, if you go to your skills, then if you look at each category here when I mouse over it, for example, Spaceship Command, at the bottom there of that box it says Perception and Willpower. So those are the two categories that are being taken into account when it calculates how long your skills are going to take to train. So if we added that perception implant that gave us a bonus to perception. So from now on, any of our Spaceship Command skills or any other skills that use perception as the primary or secondary, here we go, here's some more gunnery and missiles, those use perception. Those will start training a little faster because we now have a +1. You can get up to +5 implants. You can also get implants that have other secondary benefits like tracking speed, armor repair, scan strength, and things like that. There's implants for virtually everything. So you can give yourself an extra bonus like with mining or anything else. Okay, in the next video, I will request mission 7 and do mission 7.